Right now, there is a nationwide manhunt for a man that was released unjustly by a judge 16 years before his release date. This man was released in New Mexico, even though he's a prisoner out of South Carolina. His name is Gerard Price. Gerard Price was released from prison 16 years before he was supposed to by Judge Casey Manning in South Carolina. He was moved from South Carolina to New Mexico because he was so violent. And because South Carolina typically does that, they'll transfer prisoners from one state to another, but they'll still maintain judicial control over that prisoner. And so that prisoner has been released into New Mexico, and we have no idea where he is. That same Judge, Casey Manning, has been known to help sheriffs in South Carolina cover up horrible things that happen to children. Like, for example, back in the 90s, there was a case of a woman named Brenda Bryant. Brenda Bryant's daughter was in the care of an adult care facility in South Carolina. And Brenda's daughter, Stephanie, multiple men assaulted her. She was shouting no the whole time. She came to her mother, said, "Mama, something happened to me." So she went to Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott in Richland County, South Carolina. And Leon Lott told her that nothing happened to her daughter and that her daughter was a fully competent, mentally disabled woman. He repeated the exact same line that the then Richland County solicitor, whose name is Barney Gazay, he has passed on, said at the time. He repeated the exact same thing. And so the mother appealed and took the case up to the South Carolina Supreme Court in the case known as Madison Bryant v. Babcock Center. And she won the case. And after winning the case, well, first off, she took the case up to the Supreme Court, and she had to appeal because it was shot down by Judge Casey Manning, the same guy who released the convicted killer onto the streets. Same guy. Same guy I've been warning people about for years and years and years, and nobody would listen to me about that sheriff and about that judge and others. Long story short, Brenda Bryant had a warrant issued for her arrest, and Brenda Bryant, who fought for her daughter who had been assaulted in the care of an adult care facility, even though her daughter was mentally disabled, she's now a fugitive because of the same judge who released a killer onto the streets. And he did this to protect Leon Lott and to protect the state of South Carolina from liability, from further liability, because that precedent that Brenda Bryant set in Madison Bryant v. Babcock Center has been used so often against the state of South Carolina whenever someone gets neglected in the care of an adult care facility that you have to retaliate against the woman who caused that. So right now, we got a problem in South Carolina that has now transitioned into a statewide and national problem.